I'm going to say something that's going to ruffle some feathers. Most AI advice that you are seeing right now is fire your team, use AI. It's everywhere. LinkedIn, Twitter, every podcast guest, the tech bros say it, the hustle accounts say it, the this changes everything people say it. It's catchy. It's clickbait. And for CEO parents, it's the wrong playbook. Look, I want to be clear about something. I am farthest from anti-AI. I use it every single day. I build with it almost daily. I think it's one of the most important tools we've ever had in business. But the framing that's getting popular right now, that you should fire your team and replace them with agents, that's going to bankrupt a lot of good businesses. And it's going to leave a lot of CEO parents more drained, not less. Here's why. The work you do, coaching, consulting, advisory, services, ops, EA placement. Your differentiator isn't speed. It isn't volume. It isn't efficiency. Your differentiator is the human relationship, the judgment, the taste you apply to your client's problem, the discernment that comes from being a person, not a tool. I had a client tell me last week, she's a coach, that she almost booked a high ticket call, and then she let an AI tool send the follow-up. And the prospect literally wrote back, "I'll pass. I thought I was going to be working with a real person." That's what's happening right now. Real money walking away because AI got put in the seat where a human was supposed to be. If you fire your team and you replace them all with AI, you don't get more leverage. You get a smaller business with worse output. And eventually, no clients. Okay? I want to tell you about what actually happened to me a few months ago because I am not above this story. I'm literally in the middle of it. I brought in an AI ops integrator, an incredibly smart guy, really capable, highly recommended. I actually still hand him off to clients and connections. He worked with founders I respected, had a method, said all the right things. I was actually relieved going into this engagement. I remember thinking, finally, someone who's going to take this all off my plate. He built me 3 workflows. 1, a podcast and speaking pitch system. It scrapped my last 20 episodes I'd been on, pulled the host's recent content, drafted pitches that referenced specific episode arcs. Honestly, it was beautiful. 2, an AI-assisted process for our direct-to-hire EA placement service. It would intake the client info, generate the job posting, draft the candidate outreach, build the screening matrix based off of all of our expertise. Beautiful. And 3rd, a LinkedIn engagement and outreach automation. It would scan ICP profiles, suggest comments, draft DMs based on someone's recent activity. Again, beautiful. Each one worked on its own, but they didn't work together. And they didn't work with how I'm wired. So here's what's happening. Each workflow rebuilt context from scratch. So I'd update the pitch tone in workflow 1 and then go into workflow 3 to refine an outreach. Same tone, had to retrain it, had to give it the same examples, had to correct the exact same errors over and over again. I was spending weekends and evenings trying to sort out the AI, refining prompts, patching integrations, going back and forth with refinements for him, trying to make 3 independent workflows feel like one operating system. And I remember one Saturday, my husband and the kids were all doing their own thing. And so I had several hours to myself and I sat down at my desk for 4 hours, patching, refining, giving feedback on prompts. And I caught myself thinking, this is the exact kind of weekend I built this business not to have. This is literally what I preach against. The AI was running me, not the other way around. And here's the thing. I have a working frustration. It's tenacity. If you don't know Working Genius, quick context, there are 6 types of work. 2 are your geniuses. They energize you. 2 are competencies. You can do them, but they don't necessarily drain you, but they don't really give you energy. And 2 are your frustrations. They exhaust you really quickly. And my genius is discernment. I can see what's right. I can see what's wrong. I can spot the mismatch in someone else's business in likely 5 minutes or less. But tenacity, the steady, repeated, push through the grind work, That is literally my frustration zone. And it's the thing that drains me the absolute fastest. It's the work that makes me want to quit my own business. And what was this entire AI setup doing? Putting more tenacity on my plate day after day after day. So I ripped it out, most of it, and I went back to the basics. I asked the questions I should have asked at the start, and I should have given this integrator from the beginning. What's my actual wiring? What's my business actually built on? Who's it for? What constraints does it need to work within? And then I rebuilt it all as one operating system designed for me, not 3 workflows running in parallel like independent contractors fighting for my attention. And here's what I actually use now and what I refuse to install. So 3 AI workflows I use on the regular. Number 1, first draft writing. Emails, social copy, sales page outlines, description drafts, the AI drafts, my team edits or I edit, I approve. Concrete example, yesterday morning I was writing this Tuesday's email from draft to ship, 8 minutes. That used to take me 90 minutes or more. And I am still at the top of the chain. I still have full discernment. I'm just not staring at a blank page, which absolutely kills my soul. Second workflow I use every day, research and summarization, competitive analysis, podcast prep, industry briefs for new clients. The AI does the legwork for me. I read the summary. I ask the questions only I would ask. Example, last week I was prepping for a podcast. The AI pulled the host's last 12 episodes for me, summarized the themes, surfaced angles where my work overlaps. I went and prepared in 20 minutes. It used to take me 2 hours. And then third, documentation. SOPs, onboarding docs, FAQ generation. The AI sees the patterns I miss. I confirm what's actually true. I poke holes in it and we refine and we edit it together. We just shipped a new client onboarding SOP. The AI took our messy, scattered process notes and built the version 1 doc. Then my team finalized it. And it's phenomenal at formatting, which I absolutely hated. 3 hours of work used to be a week. Those 3, that's where AI fits in my business, and I have so much more. But there are 3 that I refuse to install, and I want you to catch these. Number 1, client-facing AI. Anything where a client thinks they're talking to me, but they're actually talking to a bot? No, not gonna work for me. The relationship is the product. I'm not putting a bot between me and the people who pay me, okay? It might help me remember context. It might help me draft scripts, but it's not going to talk for me. 2 is a decision-making AI. The discernment is the work. AI can inform me, but it cannot decide for me. So anything where AI is making business calls for me, not gonna happen. And number 3 is anything that replaces my team. Keep the humans. Multiply their work. Don't replace them with code that can't read the room. And I'll tell you something honest. I felt FOMO turning these down. People I respect are doing some version of all 3 of these, talking about lean teams, talking about AI doing it all. Their marketing looks fancy. Their automation looks impressive. Their cost structure looks lower. But every time I sat with one of these decisions, I asked myself a single question. What would I want to be on the receiving end of this? Would I, as a client, feel served by this? And every time the answer was no. So I cut it. It wasn't authentic. It wasn't genuine. It wasn't standing the relationship test. And here's the bigger takeaway. The wrong playbook for AI treats your differentiator as efficiency, speed, volume, cost reduction. The right playbook treats AI as the multiplier for the human work that only you and your team can do. Efficiency matters 100%. I'm not saying don't optimize, but efficiency is downstream of fit. And fit comes by knowing your wiring first. If you optimize a business that's wired against you, you just get faster at doing the thing that's draining you. If you want help doing that, the AI roadmap call is 90 minutes. For $9.97, we map your wiring and where AI actually fits for you and your organization. And the 3 moves to ignore, usually some version of set it and forget it. If you want the entry-level version, AI Beyond the Basics is a $97 self-paced replay plus a workbook. We have a September cohort waitlist that's coming up that's open if you want the full reset. We take all of this stuff and we do it in 12 weeks, individualized for you. All the links for that are in the description below. Comment wrong if this hits. I read every single one. I'll DM you the free diagnostic. And I'll see you next week.